Hello, this is Tamara Charisma Blankenship, and I'm gonna talk about the love of my life. But before I get into that, I want to read you a poem entitled Be Your Best that I wrote. I was inspired by the guy with the smiley face on the picture. I'm not sure what year I wrote it, maybe around 2011, but that wasn't my first poem. Actually, I had another poem entitled I Have a Dream Too, and I wrote that 2008. And that got me started to write poems and more poems from my inspiration of my friend. So here's the poem, Be Your Best. In 1967, Dr. King said, be the best. In 2019, now you are the blessed. The chosen kings and queens are you and I. We have to go through a process to realize that sometimes we settle for less, and then we have to go through that mess. In order for your mind to rest, go through that test so that eventually you'll be blessed. Our life is like a blueprint. It's at the grasp of our fingertips. Be your best. At first, you may feel that the whole world is against you. You have to turn that negative feeling into a positive to be new. Gentlemen, transition into a handsome king. Find your true inner being. Ladies, transform into a beautiful queen. It worked for me, and now I'm pursuing my dream. To motivate and encourage you to be and do your best. We all have to be in search of our next quest. Our blueprint may have been lost, destroyed, or you may don't have a clue. Look deep down inside your heart and soul. Trust me, it is within you. I'm determined to walk with my Father which art in heaven. And when you get tired of going through the same old lessons, ask questions, be humble, and make sacrifices. This time pass the test of life devices. Set out to fulfill your ambitions, dreams, and visions. Let your hope turn into beliefs and stop wishing. Whatever your passion may be, pass it on. Help others with their talent/gifts until it's all gone. Open doors of windows of opportunities can be accomplished well within you and me. If it is for you not to be just overbroke with a job, put your key to open the door of success with a twist of a knob. If you are tired of working for someone else, invest being an entrepreneur. Work for yourself. If you can write a letter, write a book that is within your soul so you can feel better. If you can speak, speak to the others of your own testimony. Say they don't have to stay weak. Whatever your purpose may be, put your whole heart into it so you can be able to see. If you're not able to shoot for the stars, shoot for heaven and afar. If you're not able to turn that negative into a positive, then turn that positive so you can push forward to live. If you're not able to turn that failure into an option, let that option turn failure get you back into motion. If you're not able to be a flashlight, be your own light that shines bright. If you are not able to lay that foundation, be that foundation with inspiration, with motivation. Be your best. And I'm going to be reciting another poem in just a few minutes, later. But, what's to say is, like I said, just be your best. Be the best person you can be, even through your worst. Still be your best. I know that can be hard sometimes, but like I said in my poem, turn that negative to positive. Sometimes you can be, down for so long, and the only way then is just to look up. And let me tell you, I've been through some stuff. Whoo! Baby, just wanted to crawl back into a hole and just have myself. But what I realized, what I've been through, allowed me to be stronger. In my weakness, allowed to be for me again to be strong. So, like I said, I believe in you, but it starts believing in yourself. But back to this, the love of my life. This is my family, my three daughters, and my boyfriend at the time. He's an orator, and I still believe in him that God's going to use him for his mighty purpose, but he has to go through his transition as well that as I went through mine. Uh, and just let God just put it, in God's, in control. But we all have that love of life, that love of our life. Either if it's a boyfriend or girlfriend that you had love at the time, or if you're still with them, or maybe made some mistakes, in the beginning. But you learn to be better within that situation, even if that person was for you or to set you up for that next person for you to be with. But I don't know if you have realized so far, if you checked out my other videos, because that's how the Lord gave it to me back in 2011. The relationship with yourself. And then instead of having a relationship with God, we end up just having a relationship, with other people, but really didn't thoroughly have a relationship with ourselves. So we had to end up having that wrong, type of loves. And then we think we found that love relationship, and maybe it was true, it was real, but like I said, for some other reason, how it worked out. And then after I love our life, it seemed like that is when maybe when it hits us to be like, what, man, my relationship, with God. And then that's when he started, speaking to you, speaking to your spirit. But I'm going to get to that into another video. I'm going this in the order of, so you can kind of get maybe a understanding, because sometimes we don't go the right order, such as God first. you know, sometimes 9 times out of 10 we do it our way when we should do it, God's way. So, like I said, another video is gonna have, my first love, which is God, and it's towards the end. But you know what? The beginning, it's the ending, or the last shall be first and the first shall be last. So just because I didn't put the Lord first, but He's always been there through the whole process, you know. So with that being said, I'm going to go to my other clip. And this is my title, This Is Just For You. And what I mean by this is that, it's like, have you ever been through something in life, and at that time we don't realize that what we went through is to help somebody else? But some of us are like, I ain't gonna help nobody. I'm gonna go ahead and just be selfish and stuff like that, and just go through this, which you have to, which I understand. But don't you realize that maybe the very thing that you went through is to help somebody else? Meaning that, say, whatever that gift you have, or that talent, or that purpose you have, you don't realize the mistakes, the hard stuff that you went through is really setting you up with all that combined talents, gifts, and purpose to be able to start, your purpose. So I'm going to give you an example, okay, for myself. In my previous video, I said I was, molested when I was younger. And then, from that, getting into wrong relationships with men because I was looking for that love instead of looking for myself. But as God started, dealing with me and gave me the name, the spoken word artist name, Charisma. And then I started looking at the purpose. So instead of dwelling on the past, even though it did hurt and I felt like I was broken from that, but then it made me realize, you know what? I can use that very thing that happened to me when I was a girl, and even through the mistakes, the choices I made in men, I actually can use this and to be able to help other women that may have been molested or raped or didn't have that self-worth within themselves. And now you can use it for a purpose, because now you take that back, that power, and now you be able to heal as God healing you, but now able to help other females who may not know how to get through what they have to get through. So that's why I said, maybe you have to go through something to get somewhere, to go somewhere, to reach your hand back to help others. But some people, they might not be like that. They go through stuff, and sometimes they be the most bitter person because they go through it. They be like, I don't need God. I'm just gonna go ahead and go through this. I ain't gonna help nobody. Nobody didn't help me in that time of need. But like I said, look at it as, sometimes what you go through is not just for you. It is to, like I said again, to help, so you can strengthen somebody else through you with through, even though everybody have to go through their own thing. It ain't no shortcut. So like I said, if I can speak to that young girl, whatever happened to her, and before she gets into these wrong relationships with men, or even boys getting into a relationship with women, because it can go either way. Maybe before we get to that, God can heal, somebody can impart back into them, and to be like, just because this happened to you, you don't have to take it from there and still try to look for love within people who really don't care about you, without having that love for yourself and stuff. So maybe we can kind of attack it right then, and from there and stuff, and then just continue to get strengthened. But I'm going to read you another poem. This poem is entitled, let's see which one I'm going to do. I have a couple of them, and right now I'm kind of like looking in my book. So I'm just trying to find a poem. And excuse me, I got my bonnet on and my little blanket. So I'm just letting you know that I am on camera. But I'm just trying to find you a poem to read in my book. And I just had it bookmarked. So, excuse me for that. So I guess I am, kind of stalling. And right here, because my fingers was right on it. Okay. So this is my poem that I wrote back in 2011 or so. I mean, not 2011, 207, 208 or so. And it's entitled The Gift Within You by spoken word artist Charisma, which is more. We all have a gift that's in the depths of our soul. God is shaping and molding us to make us whole. Through the pain and hurts, it is buried so deep as we hold on to the mess, playing for keeps. Don't you know through it all you are bought with a price? God sent his son to save your soul, to make that sacrifice. You are someone special, even if you don't feel it. Each one of us was made uniquely for a perfect fit. And with that, I added a scripture with that, and it comes from 1 Peter 4:10, NIV, New International Version. It says, each of you use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace into its various forms. If anyone speaks, they should do so as one who speaks the very words of God. If anyone serve, they should do so with the strength God provides, so that in all things God may be praised through Jesus Christ. To him be the glory and the power forever and ever. Amen. And just back to what the spoken word, when I know I said it in previous videos, but in case you haven't listened to 1 and 2, and this is my third one, spoken word, it can be the spoken word, which is the Bible. It can be the spoken word if you're a poetess or a poet like me. It could be a spoken word as long as you just open your mouth. It could be, once and I was looking at a video, YouTube, and it was, deaf. And actually I think I'm later in videos, I'm going to show a YouTube video as a deaf person, and they was doing spoken word. And the way they did it, I was just like so in awe, like, wow. So even your nonverbal, I believe a certain percentage is of your body language that speaks without you even opening your mouth. So spoken word is like a variety, of different things. So I'm just going to leave you that, with, the spoken word. And until next time, I will be uploading another video. And till then, thank you for listening to me, Tamara Blankenship, at Spoken Word Mini Stories Ministries Incorporated. See you next time. Bye.